Hi guys, welcome to the Cozy Craft Corner. Oh, jeez, trying to make sure I have everything. How was everybody's weekend? Mine was actually very productive. We're gonna continue with the Alpine Mountains. And we have 2 hours, so let's see how far we can get. Last time we were able to get all of this done, and it wasn't a lot of colors. It was just um a lot. I think there were like 3, maybe 4 colors, and then we dived into a little bit of this. So I'm hoping that by the end of this stream we can get a full row done. Um, but yeah, we can just dive right in. I think the first thing we're gonna do is tape out our next little section, which I don't think last time we did this little square only because of time constraints, but I think this time we're gonna make it a little longer and do from here maybe let's do, gotta line up the tape just right so then when you're cutting it doesn't interfere. I think we can get, let's start off with up to here because I don't want to get too into the greens. And go like there. Yeah, that should be fine. I used to, when diamond painting, I was really into just using like a marker and just marking where the end is that way. But since then, I've kind of gone into using tape. Perfect. Okay, so we'll just start on this section. And just go on in. Let's see, we gotta look at items, the drills that we're gonna need. I'll grab those. I see this. If I can, there's some K's in there. But yeah, how was everybody's weekend? Hi, Spiritual Gamer. How are you? Trying to get a couple more colors picked out. Don't need that one just yet. Some of these. Okay, I found another one. I see this guy. What am I missing? Probably the one with the triangle. Yeah. We're eventually gonna need this one. Try to make sure I have, well, I guess I don't need all of the colors, but as much as I can grab, because then we're gonna move these in their own pile separate from our other colors so we don't get it mixed up. I think we're gonna start with the white first because that seems to be the least amount. I feel that. I appreciate you jumping in and hanging out. I just got back from running errands myself. We ran down Dick's Sporting Goods for we were just there to get a new gym bag, but we ended up getting like a bunch. Like I ended up getting 2 whole outfits from Adidas, and it wasn't intentional like at all, but I'm glad that I did because now I have more sweats. We also, like, next to Dick's Sporting Goods, which it probably isn't the best for me, was Five Below. So of course I had to jump in there for a little bit, grabbed a couple shirts. shoot, what else I got? A bunch of candy. I ended up grabbing a bunch of candy because I've really been craving it. Oh, come on. We might need some more um, putty. I'm just going to take this out. And then we hit up the grocery store because we go to like Costco like every 3 months. So we're like good on like the staples and stuff. But like the little stuff, fruits, veggies that we go through once a week, maybe twice. We haven't been to the grocery store in a minute, so we went today and got a bunch of stuff, which I'm glad we did because there were a couple items on sale that I wasn't expecting to get that I ended up getting, namely seafood. So I'm still very much craving crab. And then I grabbed like catfish because I'm gonna need some catfish and hot sauce probably like pretty soon. That was pretty much my day. I should have started earlier, and I wish I could say that I started earlier. Um, but we went to we went out to Korean barbecue last night, and I tried for the first time somek, which is soju and beer. It was good. It I ended up getting pretty blasted, and I don't normally drink, so I guess I'm a lightweight. It don't really matter. But I was determined to finish at least the beer bottle because like the owners were like sitting behind us, and when I said somek, they like all turned around, and I got like, oh my god, did I say it wrong? But I said it right, and the waitress like repeated herself, just like, is that? It's like she couldn't believe that I said asked for it in Korean, and so she brought it. She showed me how to like do the mix and stuff, and they had like these cool cups that'll show you like if you pour soju up to this line, this is kind of like the alcohol content you can expect. And I liked it a lot better than I thought I did. I definitely wanted to try it because I've heard that it was a good combo. I'm glad I did. Plus, the food slapped, of course, but the food is always good at that Korean restaurant. So we go there very often. Last year, I want to say we went once a month at least. There was a time we went there like 2 or 3 times. Cool. I think we're done with this color already. See? Wasn't a lot. But it was a good time. Did a lot of cleaning yesterday. And I had planned to continue it today, but I was knocked out. Didn't even wake up till like noon, maybe. Nah, I got up briefly for like at like 7, and I'm like, what am I doing up this early? So I like read a bit and then fell back asleep, which is really my problem. That's my problem. I need to stop doing that. When I'm up, I should just get up because I definitely could be doing other things like finishing my cleaning, or I'm learning. I'm taking a yoga teaching class online. Not to like teach in the future. It's more like I want to get a better understanding of yoga and build a more intentional, just more intentional yoga experience overall. And I wish I could say that it's going well, but there's a lot of it is reading, and reading textbooks is not the move for me. I wish I could say I was better at it. I don't know many people that are like, oh, cool, assigned reading, and just like nail it. I'm not one of them, but I'm gonna get through it. I swear. It's definitely something that I want to do and have wanted to do for a while. So I just kind of pulled the trigger on it. But I really like the class setup because they have there's a sign reading, there's videos, um, there's like note cards for the different terms and movements, which I really appreciate. And I've been learning yoga, or well, practicing yoga since I was a kid. Super, super, like, not via class or anything, but literally, like, my mom had a video that I could, like, a DVD that I just kept playing over and over. But I did take a class in the morning or in college that was like at 8 in the morning, literally after I had told myself the first 2 years of college. After my first year, no more 8 a.m.s. I took an 8 a.m. yoga class and swore up and down that I would be okay with it simply because, it's yoga. You can start out your day all nice and be done with it. Yeah. Definitely had some good times in that class. Definitely by the end of the class, I felt much more energized and ready to take on my day. But I did not appreciate waking up for an 8 a.m. class, and I'm sure there's not many people that like that either. But that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. But I did enjoy the class, and obviously I still enjoy yoga. I practice quite often, um, and which has ultimately led me to take this class. I've just kind of been on a break with doing the reading and the videos because I've been really focused on my streams and sewing. I've been sewing quite a bit. Which, speaking of sewing, I'm almost done with my quilt. I'm almost done with my quilt project. First time doing quilting. It was definitely a learning experience, and it still kind of is because I am in the. I don't even want to say I'm in end game yet. I still need to. We have the brunt of it done, but now I'm like putting the backing on it, and it's like longer than the design, the top part is, and trying to like sew the edges when it's inside out, okay, fine, but turning it back like the right way is difficult because since the backing is bigger this way for it, if I sewed all around on the inside and then put it inside out, the longer part of the backing goes inside, and that's not what I want. I was trying to make it more seamless by like hand stitching. That's not gonna work. My hand stitching is awful and slow. Two things that I don't like. Sure, I can say that I can like practice. Practice makes perfect, Avery. Yeah. No. I don't want to do it anymore. I spent like a good hour stitching the top part the first time, and I looked back because I was like really nitty gritty. I looked back and I'm like, this is awful. So I think I'm just gonna take my sewing machine, find a stitch that I like, and just do that. It'll be visible and it won't be perfect, but you know what? It'll still look good at the end of the day. And hey, I made that from like scratch. So if someone wants to complain about it, they can make it next time. It's just how it is with some sewing. Honestly, there's sewing in general is like one of the most humbling like hobbies you can do. You can really like mess yourself up, and with me when I first started sewing, I'm like, this isn't perfect, this isn't how I wanted it, blah 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 blah. But now, like, since the project I was doing in December, I'm just like, hey, how close can we get to what is in my head? And if I can't get it at all, like, how can I adapt to make this still kind of what I want it to be? And it has worked so far. I really wish I had my great grandmother to like guide me here a little, but That's not realistic. She passed away like 2 years ago. But it's fine. Better late than never. I'm sure she's looking down on me fondly and probably laughing at me for the way that I stress out over these patterns and stuff. It's cool. So that keeps me going. I think we're trying to make sure I didn't miss any. Like, sure, I can go back and like grab another color that I've missed, but I would prefer not to. Really would prefer not to. Okay. I love diamond painting. It's super particular, but that's kind of the whole point. I am always bouncing and moving in different directions, and don't really let my brain like just be. But I feel like with diamond painting, I am allowed to just like let myself be. I'm just focusing on this. It's kind of like, to me, it's kind of like building a puzzle, or like um, building with Legos. It can be very time intensive and have itty bitty pieces, but once you're done, like the end product is so worth it, I feel. We're gonna work on two next because that seems to be like a good chunk of this upper part. I'm doing my best to work from left to right and then top to bottom. Seems to be the best way. As someone who's right-handed, that's like, in my opinion, the best way to do it. I wouldn't really consider this design to be too intricate. There have been there's an art piece that I'm working on, a diamond painting that is like really like all of the colors of the rainbow, and I haven't even finished it. And I might bring that up next time once we're done with this, just so that I can be done with it. But it can be the designs can be as simple or as intricate as you want. It really just depends on what you want to get. But compared to like my first diamond painting, which was doing what was it? The Slytherin insignia or sigil, I should say. Most of it was like, it was black, green, white, and I think some silver. So I didn't really have to worry about like the colors. It was a little exhausting doing all of the black banners around it because it was like sigil. Everything else around it was black. But once I got done with it, I was very proud of it, and it's actually hanging up in my hallway right now. So yeah, this is kind of, I feel like this is a little more of a unique hobby to do. But once I'm done, like the whole goal of me doing these are to put them up on my wall. And this one is going up in our guest room because we have literally nothing on it. The walls are super, super bare, so. And lucky enough for me, I already have a frame for this to go in. Like, Joann's was having a sale, so when I bought this that was on sale, I immediately went to get a frame that was also on sale. It was like serendipity. It was great. And that's kind of like the attitude I'm moving forward with these. Like, I'm not going to get the design if I don't have a frame for it. And it's crazy that I'm just doing that now, though, because like I have, I think 3 or 4 other diamond paintings that I don't have frames for. I just really like the designs. So I'll work on those when I have the frames for them, because I don't want them to just sit there, you know. But I really like this one. I've been missing living around mountains. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, it's perfect. And grabbed it like immediately. I haven't been to the Alpines before. Maybe I will in the future. But I saw a lot of mountains when I lived in Washington. And it would be really cool because I would like be out walking the dog and literally I can look forward or look to the side and I can see mountains very clearly with the snow on it and everything. Mm-hmm. This one's 5. Mm-hmm. But yeah. Have you what I'm trying to think of the names of the mountain I've seen. Um I've hiked Mount Rainier. I've gone near I don't even remember the name of the volcano, but when I took a trip to Costa Rica and we did like a tour there and that was really cool because you can see like the volcanic rock and stuff and the tour guide was telling us like the history and all of that cool jazz and it was really cool to see how amongst the volcanic rock that there were plants growing and like really life around even though like getting up to near the volcano was like so tiring. Like at one point it got so steep. I was practically crawling. But we did it and it was super cool and like right next to where we were you could see like a maybe it was like a river. No, it was much wider than a river. But we saw some people like boating and that was very pretty. So when I saw this in Joanne's, I was like, absolutely. Sign me up. But have you guys ever visited a mountain or a volcano? Um or would like to? Like what if you could, where would you which mountain or volcano would you visit? I think I've seen Mount Fuji from afar, like on the bullet train, but I would love to see it up close. That would be awesome. I would also like to visit Mount Rainier again. I feel like I didn't really get the chance to. Like I was there, I was enjoying myself. It was great fun, but it was like right before I had to drive, like leave the state when I moved back to Michigan. So I probably could have spent like easy a 3 days there. But yeah, maybe one day when my I can work on my stamina, I would start like visiting the more intensive mountains. That would be cool. And I could tell people, hey, I've been on a mountain. I can do like if I can do that, I can do anything else. I'm gonna start on this next one. This is like a yellow. Yeah, it's like a yellow. Thought for a second it was like a yellow green, but that is not the case. Once I have the drills, I like to push them. Like some of them are upside down, and that's kind of the ones that I'm sweeping to the side. But the ones that are right side up, I like to push so then they're kind of in a group. It's really helpful when I'm using like tools like this so I can get multiple of them at the same time. Ooh, where'd it go? I almost forgot about these two up here. Y'all have anything fun that you're looking forward to this week? I have to say that this week is going to be pretty busy for me in terms of like work because we have a couple of events going on that I need to attend to. Which, for those who don't know, I work in social media strategy, content creation, event planning, which is super fun. I get to see probably the best perks to the job is that I get to check out so many different Detroit locations, which is always cool. Like I've lived here for quite some time, but I haven't really like spent too much time like downtown. But the last two the last 2 years I've been able to check out a lot of cool venues like the Gem, the Fillmore, Soundboard. Just it seems like downtown's the move a lot of times, especially in the summertime. Downtown in the summertime is fun. And the city has like a lot of great programs and events to attend. Okay, I think we're. Oh nope! See, we almost missed one. It was hiding. Okay, cool. I did notice there is one color, one spot for one color. So I'm gonna just find it, which is this one, and we're gonna just knock that out now because it's in like a top corner, and everything else is just about filled in. Get a little bit of tea. I'm trying a new tea out. It's a honey chai turmeric, and I don't think I've had turmeric tea before. Like I'll have it a lot in like soups. There's a really good chicken turmeric soup that I really enjoy, especially when I'm not feeling my best. But this tea has like it's very like a sweet and spicy. I never put any sugar or any sweetener in my teas. I like to I'm really into herbal teas, so I really like tasting all of the tea. Not to say that adding flavoring dilutes it, but this is just more my jam. Plus, there's like honey in here already, so there's no real reason. But outside of honey and turmeric, there's like ginger and cinnamon and I think cardamom, which by itself I don't really care for cardamom. But when it's coupled with like cinnamon and ginger, I really enjoy. What else is in there? I think there's also clove, which is not only a great scent, but it's great in tea, and black pepper. I just love tea. If I had to choose between tea or coffee, I would choose herbal tea specifically. It's just always been my jam. Tea has always been my jam. I used to be just a green tea girly and then went into I tried like fruit teas. Fruit teas I'm not really like hot on. Only because There was this one time I had it was like an orange, I don't even remember. It was like orange peel and something else, and it straight up tastes like um chewed bubble gum. It was not a great taste for me. And then I tried again with like a strawberry tea. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like amazing. So I just was like, nope, I can't really deal with like the fruit teas. I do love me a good hibiscus though. Hibiscus is nice. I try to stay away from white teas because I'm actually allergic to them. Any tea, for those who are not familiar, white, green tea are like, and I think black tea are all from the same leaf. It just depends on when you pick it. So white tea is like the really early stages of the green tea leaf. And oh wait, I'm already done with this. Why am I trying to fix it up? We just had that one, right? Yeah. It just no. I'm fairly sure I'm allergic to it. It at least makes my tongue really itchy, which is like the first sign of an allergy, I think. So I tend to stay away from those. I like black tea, especially like a good Earl Grey. Ooh, I like a good Earl Grey, but only in the mornings. I don't even think it's a caffeine thing. I think it's just more of a vibe thing. But herbal tea is where it's at. I love a chai rooibos. I love a chai rooibos. Let's see. I think we'll work on the K's next. But yeah, in terms of yeah, I can talk all day about teas. But coffee, on the other hand, like it's not. Ooh, there's a random drill in here. Let me get it out. Interesting. I think that's the white one. I don't know how it could have gotten in there, but whatever. But compared to that, coffee, like I like coffee. I love a good latte, but I cannot tell you. I could not get as specific about coffee as I do with tea. And I have to be like in the mood for coffee, but there's not really like there's never a bad time for a good tea. And I literally have like 12 to 15 different types of herbal teas in my arsenal. I even have like a little tea spot, with an electric kettle, a container that like you can pull out the tea and which I think is really nice. I've had that for a long time. But yeah, coffee is not bad, but it's not as great as tea in my opinion. But let me know if you think otherwise, and let me know what your favorite coffee or tea is. I would love to know. Or if you're into some other drink that I'm not aware of or privy to in this conversation. But yeah, I just kind of saw it at the grocery store, the turmeric tea, and was like, sure, I'll try it. I didn't even realize that was a thing. But honestly, if it can be steeped, it can be made into tea. So, provided that you're being safe about it. Like there are certain ingredients that I grow in the summer that I use exclusively for tea. Spearmint being one of them. I also grow we had some wild mullein growing in our backyard, so I like harvested that and dried it for a couple weeks. And I keep that. I want to do some more grow more herbs for tea. Namely like rosemary. My first year of gardening, and I've been gardening on and off for like the past 3 years, maybe 4. I don't even remember. I was growing rosemary and like made a rosemary tea and added hibiscus in it, and it was really good. It added like a really nice kick to it. But I honestly, I love rosemary so much. Rosemary could do no wrong in my eyes. Nothing. It's great as a scent. It's great to add to foods. It's amazing as tea. It can do no wrong, honestly. It's like my favorite herb like on earth. Mm. I also grow yarrow, which can also be used as a tea, but I haven't done it yet. I'm in like this period where I haven't had much of a time to garden the past like 2 seasons, maybe. Yeah, the past. Eh, I grew something the season before last. It just wasn't as great. And then I've been growing consistently, and I don't know how, strawberries out of pots. I've had the same strawberry pot um, for 3 years. Literally just got it for free um, because I like kind of went to Lowe's and these providers were there, like getting rid of stock and adding new stock. And I was just like, hey, can I take this? And they let me. So I came back with like several trays of different items, and I grew tomatoes and cucumbers, which I will never forget. Those cucumbers that I grew were not only sweet but super super refreshing. I am very excited to grow them again this year. I might grow I was growing beefsteak tomatoes, but I'm moving where I'm gardening from an in like in fully in ground to geez, what is it called? And I can't even remember what it's called. I don't remember. It's like it's not a full container. It's still kind of in ground, but we have wood to surround it. Oh my god, it's like on the tip of my tongue, but the word keeps escaping. Oh well. But regardless, I'm moving my food uh, garden to one central location so then I can focus on maintaining the mint that is. It's not overgrowing. Surprisingly, I have Shasta daisies that were growing right next to it, and it actually has been overtaking the spearmint. Super sad. I thought it would have the opposite effect, and I was actually worried about my Shasta daisies. But no, they've been pushing and smothering my mint. So now I'm moving the food so then I can have more room for the mint and move it away from the Shasta daisies, which are pretty easy. Because for those who don't garden, mint grows like a vine. So it will vine away from the main part of the plant and then make roots, like little roots in one spot, and then keep going. And that's how it spreads. It's super easy. They don't need an extensive or deep root. They don't have an extensive or a deep root system. They just kind of go where they want. And if you ask any other gardener, they will tell you no, you should not put it in the ground. You should keep them in containers so they're not going everywhere. But did I listen? No. I was like, if it really does take over my garden, I will just start over again. And luckily, that hasn't really been the case. But anything can happen. Maybe this will be the year it completely takes over. But I'll be happy when it gets warm again. It's actually time for gardeners around my area in Michigan to start getting their seeds ready and starting their seeds indoors. And I need to do that. I need to do that so that I'm not behind once it gets ready to plant outside. But I think I'm gonna keep it simple. Last year, I was trying to do a million different things and ended up, when you have plans to do a bunch of stuff and you end up doing none of it. That was me last year. I was just too busy. And by too busy, it's really I wasn't making plans. I wasn't making plans and I wasn't following through properly. So I need to make the time. And I'm definitely going to do that this year because I really enjoy gardening. It's very physically demanding in a great way. And that's probably that's like one of the easiest ways I can consume audiobooks and get a high book read count. Or I'll like listen to podcasts. Podcasts and reading are like, and audiobooks are like my favorite way to consume content while I'm outside. Let's see. This is going by pretty fast. Maybe we might even get to do two rows. That'd be fun. Very exciting. But yeah, have anyone in the chat had time to spend on their hobbies this weekend? I sure hope so. I'm huge advocate for you need to be working on your hobbies at least once a week, preferably every day. But I know not everybody can do that. Hey, and I'm not going to blame you. I've definitely been there, i.e., my gardening stories. I haven't always been able to make it outside, even though I want to. There's a lot of this one color that we're working on. Oh. There we go. Hmm. Let's see. I would love it when it gets when it starts getting warmer, like actual springtime, and I mean like you can open the windows confidently without it getting cold at all throughout the day. I will be very excited to go back hiking. I used to go once a week um, when it was nice out, and I tried to hike up until it gets really cold. Because I'm a huge advocate of being outside as long as you are prepared to be outside with the proper attire. I used to work with kids, and that was the mindset we had. Um, and we would be outside. We would go outside even if it was snowing, but I did not like that, especially because towards the end of my time with working with kids, um, they were like infants, so they were too little to like walk around themselves. So it was literally just us walking, the teachers walking them around the block, just being silent because it was so cold. It would just be silent because we're too cold to talk. And the babies would just look around, which was super cute and stuff, but I don't know. I'm not in that phase where I'll start like bird watching this just yet. I'll bird watch in my backyard, but not really on hikes. I like looking at the scenery, finding animals, taking pictures. I'm very big into taking nature photos with my phone, nothing crazy. But yeah, I'm glad that I have in the wintertime I can focus more on my crafting hobbies. Because in the summer, I'm not to say that I completely drop my crafting hobbies, but I'm outside. The girl's outside when it's nice out. If I'm not able to hike, I am at least working outside in the backyard. Make sure I get all of them. I don't want to miss one. Uh-oh. Last stream, I was complaining about this little lip that's here, but it's not giving me as much of a hard time this time, which I'm happy for, grateful for. But who knows? The night's still young. Maybe it'll give me issues later, just because I said that. There we go. We got it all. Yes. I think we'll work on the triangles next. Yeah. It's gonna look so nice when it's done. I really enjoy these. I like this one in particular because it's not too big. It's like a 10 by 10, I think. Let's see. Well, the design is 12 by 12. But we're going to focus on, once it's in the frame, it's really going to focus on where the drills are. But normally the ones I do are a bit larger. I've seen other creators do like huge ones, and I have no idea how they do those because I do not. That seems like major overwhelm to me. And I'm sure like at some point I'll tackle it, but not anytime soon. It depends. If I can find a design that I really like, I might take a crack at it. But they look very intimidating. So until then, we're good here. We're not trying to make anything intimidating. We're just trying to have a good time. I'm not sure how many streams this will take, but I guess in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. So we're just here to work through this together, chat, and once we're done with this one, we'll move on to the next one. Maybe I'll work on a crafting project next time. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave it up to you guys to pick for me. I do have a design for I have a pattern in mind for for crocheting, and also where's that T? There it is. and also another diamond painting we can do together. Yeah, that might be the move. Move, thank you. What I would love to, still very new to streaming. I would love to learn more about like having music on stream. So then we have like some background music when I'm crafting. Like it's cool now, but eventually, that's one of my goals. I try to learn something new for whatever my next stream is and how I can just improve slightly each time. And I think that might be what most people do. Um, but like I said, I'm still very new to this. Just gonna keep going, hey, you know what? Maybe next time I would like to try this out. How can I do that? And try it out. And if it works, awesome. If it doesn't, that's awesome too. We'll just keep pushing. But one of the things I'm going to be doing is not really so with this one, with my Sunday streams, because this is technically the second time I'm doing this. But for Thursdays when I'm gaming, I was bouncing between a couple of games. But for the next couple weeks, we're just gonna focus on Supermarket Simulator, um, just so then I can consistently work towards my goal of making the coolest, biggest grocery store on the block. And to do that, you kind of need more consistency than like once or twice a month. So we'll be doing that. And then just with crafting, we'll keep working on this until we're done with this, and then we'll move on to the next one. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's like an old one right here that's like overlapping. Ew. How did I not notice that? Looks gross. Now I gotta make sure it's lining up well. Doesn't look too bad. And we're almost done with the section already. It's been just under an hour. I think I'm gonna go a little crazy, like a little wild, and we're just gonna open up this whole section and do what we can. Yes. Has anyone in the chat tried to do a diamond painting before? I don't even remember where I learned about this from anymore. It's been quite some time. But it seems like, from what I see, it looks super niche. It looks really, really niche. Let me know if I'm wrong and that there's like a whole community that I have no idea about. And in that same vein, let me know if there's anything that I can do to make to improve on my streams, because like my whole goal is to create a community where we can relax, hang out, um, and just have fun. You know, I'm not. I peg myself as the not so cozy cozy gamer, and that's mostly because I put myself in like I get stressed out over like almost every single game, and it feels disingenuous to like try and be cozy through that. I want you guys to know the real me, not just like not a persona, you know. So you guys will often be on a ride where I'm stressing out over freaking inventory or the amount of customers that I'm getting in a game, or even like when I'm playing what I think I would constitute as being cozy, but maybe other people don't. Like, geez, the crime scene cleaner game that I play. I would totally consider that to be a cozy game, but I have to respect that not everybody is gonna feel that way. You know, I don't know. Argue with your mama if that's the case. I guess. Look at us being so adventurous. Cool. We're gonna put this right here. Because just in case we don't get through this whole thing, you can actually place it back, like on the film back on to protect it. Because this is like once you take the film off, it's glue under here, and that's what's sticking the drills. Okay, I'm seeing these lines. I'm seeing the N. A lot of the repeats that we had, which is not a bad thing at all. I feel like so. This is a triangle, but I drew it wrong because it's supposed to be like this part, like this, like a play sign, dang near. But instead, I made it a triangle. So luckily, there's another one. It is. You can't really see it. Oh, I wish I could show it to you guys properly, but like, it's like that. So luckily, I can like decipher between the two of them. But if I like gave this to somebody else, I'm sure they would call me up and be like, so we're missing a color, and I have to be like, no, we're not. It's fine. That one. Bring the T's back. We're adding this new color. Ooh, and we're using this one. Let's see. And this guy. Are we missing anything else? We got the twos. Trying to see if we need any white. Doesn't look like it. I think I might have gotten everything. Oh, 3 dots. Yeah. I think we did. Cool. Let's start with this one. That's like closest to the top. But it's not a lot of them. Probably could use a bit more. I'll push some of these back. Whoa. Push some of them together and get to getting. Okay, chat. Question for you. What's one thing, and it doesn't have to be big, it can be small, thing that has brought you joy and made your week better. I have been, for me, I'll start. I've been working extra hours, like not extra hours, but like late hours last week. So it was really nice to um, get on here and play Supermarket Simulator for 3 hours and expand on my storage. Like I think that the plan I have in place right now is pretty cool in terms of expanding. So that was a nice little break. It was fun to get closer to our goal and chat with you guys. I actually got a new follower on that stream, so thank you for joining. And I don't know, it was real chill. It was real chill. Mm-hmm. And I guess outside of that, what else? It was definitely going to the Korean barbecue restaurant and speaking in Japanese. I don't often have chances to practice, and that's mostly because I don't have people. I don't have like a community of people to speak Korean with like I did back in college. And also, I'm trying to make it a point to speak more in the target languages I'm studying, even if I'm scared. Um, that is a big one for me. I don't think I've really had many people to speak in the target languages that I've been learning because I'm trying to become a polyglot. I've been the longest language I've been learning is Spanish, and I've definitely been making leeway when it comes to speaking Spanish with others. Um, we took like a trip. The trip to Costa Rica, I was the only Spanish speaker, so I was basically their translator. But when I tell y'all, I was stressed during that trip. By the end of it, it was really relaxing and fun, and being able to speak Spanish and being understood was super exciting. Um, when I traveled, most recent trip was my trip to Japan in November, and I'm not. That's probably like my most recent language I've been learning. I don't know a lot. I can tell you that if that I'm allergic to peanuts. I can ask where the bathroom is. I can do little compliments here and there. Um, my boyfriend actually has been learning Japanese way longer than I have. So he was our translator for the most part, but also he was like pushing me to speak in Japanese. But I wish I could say that I was very diligent on my studies, but the most I learned was most of the I think hiragana characters, and then certain phrases here and there. While we were on the trip, he taught me how to order, and we went into this restaurant to order, and I like freaked out and looked at him. The cashier was very nice and very patient with me, but I was frazzled beyond belief. So I like kind of turned to him like, "Please help!" Like with these puppy dog eyes. And in hindsight, he said after the fact he should have just let me figure it out and kind of flounder on my own. Which one rude, but also I totally get it. That probably would have been best. Um, but he ended up helping me like in ordering for me. I was just flipping out. But regardless, back to the whole reason I was talking about languages. We when we went to the restaurant and I ordered, I also we ended up talking with the owner and his friends for a little bit, and the waitress that we had actually taught me some words like how to say full, which I don't remember anymore. Um, Thanks to the sommelier, but it was a great experience. I felt very happy. It reinforced the whole reason why I wanted to learn languages in the first place. I want to be able to speak and connect with people all over the world as much as I can. I won't be as endeavorous, yeah, and say that I want to learn every language in the world. If I can, if I have time, I certainly will. Um, but it's it's really nice. I feel like I can you get much you get a wider aspect of the world when you learn new languages. And so far, my experience with learning languages, it has been like the people that I'm talking to in my target language have been very kind and patient overall. So I can't even say I've ever had a bad time. But it was really nice um, having that chance to speak with them in their language and just kind of hang out, you know? Let's see. You know what? Before the end, I'm just going to do this one because there's only like a couple up there and like most of it is in these areas. Right? No, I'm not going to go back on what I said. We're going to do the end. Anyone learning languages, if you're learning Japanese, Korean, or Spanish, message me. I would love to have more people to talk in the target languages that I just said. Please. I need more buddies to talk with. No worries. Or especially if in the Spanish one, because I just joined like this a Discord group that is all about it's like an exchange. We have people that are the whole that's goal is to learn Spanish, and people that's goals is to or whose goals are to learn English. And it's really rewarding. And what I find really fun about it is that they have different channels for just about everything, including gaming. So we'll like hop in sometimes. It's been a minute since I've been on that channel. But and play games together, or there's like a story time one. It's really really cool, and the community that is built has been built in that Discord. I feel is very nurturing and like the right environment to be learning and exchanging languages. You know. If I had to think about what language I would learn next, it's either going to be Swahili or Kosa. Kosa seems pretty cool. Um, I've heard it in like movies. Yeah, mostly film or in audiobooks. And I was like, that's a really cool language that I want to learn. In Swahili, mostly because of where my ancestors are from. They spoke Swahili, and I'm like, I want to feel closer to them, so I am also learning. So I'm learning Swahili eventually. That is on my list. Spanish came first. Honestly, I didn't had no interest in learning languages. My mom actually made me in like middle school. She was like, "It'd be super important to have on your resume, and blah 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 blah. It'll really look good, and do it." And I didn't have an issue with it because like cool. I've always been interested in like different cultures, learning about different cultures. So it was real easy to do. I honestly, because I'm the only Spanish speaker in my family, and I didn't really apply myself in. Oh wait, it wasn't in middle school. It was high school. It didn't really apply myself in high school. That contributed to me not really getting more comfortable with speaking Spanish with others. I can read and write Spanish very well. But it has not gotten to the point where I can it's on my resume, but if they asked me to randomly start trying to build a connection with someone in Spanish, they are SOL. I don't know what to tell them. Cause it would be very hard. I guess I say that it would be super scary to do, but honestly, that would get me learning Spanish a lot easier. And to be fair, there was a time where one of our events that we had a guest on that was like a guest speaker who spoke Spanish. So I made it a point not to speak fully in Spanish, but I had learned some terms like welcoming them and just telling them about how I enjoyed their panel in Spanish, and that and a couple other people felt that same way and were in the same boat. And the speaker made a post about how he felt very welcomed and really enjoyed that there were some people that felt comfortable enough to get out of their comfort zones and speak in Spanish with them, which I guess technically, and now that I'm saying this out loud, is not only a great thing, but something that I should probably encouraging for myself moving forward. Because if I can't find that community outside of work, there's nothing stopping me from making that community in work. You know? Especially because some of my coworkers I know are on Duolingo in learning Spanish, which I have no hate against Duolingo. I actually really enjoy their brand. But I feel like once you've gotten to a certain point in Duolingo, it would be better for you, for the language learner, to find other resources, whether that is to find a tutor or go on another app completely, or take a class an in-person, or I guess virtual work too. That will help you get a lot farther. But just all to say that I do have people at work that are learning Spanish, and I should just start going up to them and speaking in Spanish. It'll be awkward for both of us. If I have to be awkward, you're gonna be awkward with me until we're comfortable with speaking the language. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Thanks, chat. My coworkers are not gonna like it. Or maybe they will. Who knows? I feel like they'd be kind of like me and freeze up at the first moment, but then we'll get comfortable. It's fine. That's kind of how it is. It's how it is when you start anything. It's gonna be awkward. It's gonna be weird. You're gonna make mistakes, but you'll get better, and then all of those moments where you felt like it was embarrassing and stuff, it'll be behind you and will look silly. This is not what I want. Some of these drills sometimes are not actually full drills. They're I don't know if you guys can see that, but this is really smooth, and I've dropped it, of course. Not too easy to pick up on, and it's not actually a drill. It's more like a remnant. So I do not use those. When I see them, I take it out of the tray completely. I can just see myself being old and still doing this. Hopefully I'll still have the eyes to do it and see the symbols. But heck, even then, maybe at that point there will be designs you can do that are where the drills are bigger and the symbols are too. Or I can just get a magnifying glass. That'll work too. Either way, I think I will be when I'm old and in a home. Um, I'll be doing this all day. This and crocheting and probably sewing for as long as I can. Mm. Mm-hmm. I have so many hobbies. I honestly, um, I used to change it whenever my hobbies change depending on the season and honestly my mood. So at this point, I just kind of say I'm a hobbyist. I'm a hobbyist because I do a lot of hobbies. And if someone really wanted to know like all of the hobbies I do, they can just ask, or I'll just give the information unsolicited. It doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. But I feel uh, like let me know if if like you do hobbies different. Do you just have like one or two hobbies that you really engage with and you've been doing that for a very long time? Or if you have a lot of hobbies that you just cycle through. I feel like hobbyists explain like everybody though. I feel because you can argue like it a hobby doesn't have to be held to one type of thing. Some people read, some people game, some people craft different things or sports. There are a lot of hobbies, a ton of hobbies in the world. Hmm. Wait, did I get it? Yeah. We're almost done with the ends. Gotta really pay attention here because they're like a bunch of individual spots, and I don't want to miss one. Which so far I think we're doing good. Yes. Actually, are we done? I think so. Wow. Hmm. I'm good. That was fun. I think now I can do the yellow. Now's a great time to do it. Chat, do you have anything fun that you're doing this week? Something that you're looking forward to? Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yeah, if you don't have anything that you're looking forward to this week, that's just a hint that you need to plan something that you're going to look forward to this week. Definitely, definitely. I gotta look at the weather because if the weather's not like horrible. It just kind of snowed where I am. I think I will go on a hike. Does that be nice? I haven't seen. I love seeing different parks in different seasons, especially at Metro Park. I love the Metro Parks. There's so many different programs and things to do there that like you can't get bored. I especially love like camping. So I'll camp at a Metro Park. And that's what I'm trying to think if I've camped like outside of the Metro Park actually. I don't think I have actually. That's a lie. I there is a an island off the coast of Washington State called Orcas Island that has a beautiful, beautiful park with extensive hiking trails and a lake that you can swim in. I've I've camped there and it was very nice. Very, very nice. It was gorgeous. You're like surrounded by mountains on the island and especially in the park because it's kind of like if this was the water, all of this was mountains with like a little bit of area. There was like through two or three beaches, and then when you were on a hike, there were some spots where you can jump off like the rocks and stuff into the water, which is really fun. I did not jump off the rocks. There is like a bridge that I jumped off of. That was very fun. And honestly, I kind of regret not jumping off the ledges. It was like it looked fun. They were having a great time. I was just that was my first year um at a camp, like working a camp, and I didn't know those people. So I'm like, if something were to happen to me because I'm acting silly, I would not be able to live it down. But yeah, I should have been. But hey, I jumped off of a bridge, so and honestly, like it was it was fun. It was fun, but the bottom of that bridge in the water was not fun because the rocks were pretty sharp. And I've like kayaked in that area too. Orcas Island is very beautiful. If you ever have the chance to check that out, I highly recommend. Let's see. I think we might only have two more. This one. And this one. Let's see. Yes. Hooray. On to the next color. Oh my god. Eventually, I'm gonna get a second camera so that you guys can see my face too. It feels a little awkward to just be like, you guys only seeing my hands. And that's just to me, so I think I would feel a lot better with a second camera. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it. I yeah. I think it would be better to have two cameras so that you can see my face and the work I'm doing. I feel like it adds another level of connection. But until I get a second one, you guys are just gonna have to deal with just my hands for now. Just grabbing a drink. Okay, let's work on, I guess, twos. Yeah. Wow, we're actually gonna be done with this row. I'll probably dive into the next row a little bit. I love the sound the drills make. It sounds so pretty. There are some kits that have like the drills are sparkly. I have not seen those kits yet. I think I would have to buy them like online at that point. But I'm gonna have at least one. Mark my words. But that'd be really cool to do. I've never thought about like a specific set I would like, because I kind of just, when I go into a craft store, I just kind of look in the area to see if there's any like new tools I could use, stuff along those lines. And then I'll be like, ooh, this set's pretty. And then I'll get it. And if you have any suggestions, I'd love to hear it. Ooh, a Power Ranger one would be real cool. That one would be cool. But it would have to be Mighty Morphin. That's my favorite generation. So bite me if you don't think it's the best one. But I certainly do. Probably second would be like, I don't know what they're called in space. I like In Space, but I have no idea if there's a TV show for it. I really only watched the movie. But as you can tell, I've kind of always been a Mighty Morphin fan since I was a kid. That was like, out of all of our VHSs, which I'm kind of showing my name by or my age by mentioning this. My sister and I would often watch those. It was normally a Power Ranger movie, and we would do that, or we would play Sonic 2. We played a lot of Sonic 2. It was very fun. And like we would get to this point where we would spend like weekend marathons trying to get as far as possible in Sonic as we can. And I wish I could say that we finished it, but we actually haven't. Surprisingly, have not finished it, because when we were younger, we would start at our dad's place, and then when we would go back to our mom's, we kind of like, we had school and stuff, or we were doing activities, so we were just doing other stuff, so we didn't exactly have time. It felt more like a dad's house activity anyway, which I guess in hindsight, if we played together more, we probably would have finished it by then. But I don't know, I still have the game. I might have to hit up my sister and be like, hey, we should have a gaming marathon. That'd be fun. We haven't had one in so long. We can finish Sonic 2 and then tell you guys, because you know it's been like well over 15 years. Another game that I like played for a very long time but have not actually finished is Crash Bandicoot Warped. I finished Crash Bandicoot 2. I've never played Crash Bandicoot 1. And I've been. Oh, wait. I take that back. I have finished Crash Bandicoot Warped. Uh. When was that? I feel like that. It feels like it was recent. Uh. And, oh. It's been a couple of years. It might have been during the pandemic. Because, like. Oh, I wish I remember when. But I think I did finish it. I only started playing because my older sister left behind her PlayStation when she went left for college. So, yeah. That's how I kind of got into it. I really just wanted to beat my sister's score. Um we had kind of like a competitive streak, but then it just became like my comfort game, so I would just play on her save to access the entire game. And then when I wanted to get closer, which didn't happen until later in life, I was just too focused on beating her scores. So I was actually, now that I think about it, I was rewriting a lot of her awards. Oops, sorry, sorry about that, sis. Not that you cared, because I still have the PlayStation, and she's never asked for it back. But like most of my gaming experience as a kid was tied into memories. So either I was playing with someone or it was a really just fun game for me to play by myself. As I got older, I guess it um, still is like still about memories and with the people, hanging out with the people that I love. But it feels a little different. It feels a little different. Probably because of the virtual aspect of it all. It's not like I'm inviting people over to my house to play a game where like on Discord. Oh yeah. What kind of games did you guys play growing up? I really like Sonic Adventure 2, but confession, I have not finished it. Never finished it. It was just always fun to be on the little, dang, what are they called? I think Chobits. Words. Words are escaping me. I like being on the little island. I like doing the races, but I've never actually like finished the game. And my boyfriend really got on maybe like a week or two ago when I confessed that, and he was showing me the scene, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what I'm looking at, and so I asked him what it was from, and he's like, you never finished the game, did you? He judged me so hard for it, bro. Like, chill out. Everybody has a game that they just have not finished. Leave me alone. But I can understand why he got on me. It's kind of a staple. If you're a Sonic game player, like I feel like that is a staple. I really like these guys. I would like this pen. I've been seeing a lot of people um in this niche, like using resin pens. I think that's the next move for me. Like I normally am content, have been content with these, but lately they've been like, they help get the job done, but it's not very comfortable. Like this moves around quite a bit. And they come with the kit. So like having one that's not only my own but that is like decorated how I like would be really cool. But also in that same vein, I need to organize my craft room better so I can have space for that. Cause like, meh, whatever. Mm-hmm. Something I wasn't able to do this weekend was get to organizing the workroom. We have like so many tools, but we do not like we never created an organization system for it. So things just kind of got like thrown in there. So it's a mess right now. Could definitely use some TLC. Totally had every intention to work on that this weekend, and then I did not do it. So it's okay. It's not like we're on a time crunch or anything, but I will get it done. We're almost done with this color already. And that's cool because we got like 20 minutes here left. So after this, I like once 7 hits, I need to start gearing up for this D&D campaign I'm doing, which is funny enough, Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. Mm-hmm. Almost got all of them. There we go. Okay, I think we're gonna do the teas next. Yeah. Hmm. I wonder if I should. I'm thinking about my next diamond painting project. And I have another nature based one that would be really cool to do. I think I want it in the craft room when I'm done with it though, versus the guest room. I'm trying to think if I want to do that or focus on or go back and finish the other one I'm working on, which is after a painter. Duh. I don't know. I probably should work on that one by the painter. Um, but it's very it has a lot of colors, but it's been a minute since I worked on it, so I don't know. I'll figure it out. I just saw one that only needed 3. Oh, maybe it's all in my head. Maybe. If y'all could listen to one artist and only that one artist for an entire year for 30K, what would it be? I'm pretty obsessed with. What am I obsessed with right now? Tyler the Creator, Gorilla, Dochi. I do like Logic. I could listen to Logic every day for a year, or only Logic for a year. Doesn't have to be every day, but I listen to music every day, so. Mm-hmm. Or BTS. I don't even know why I didn't say that first. Or Perfume. That's a J-pop group. I really like their stuff. I actually just heard that they secured a brand deal with. Actually, I think Adidas. I think it was Adidas, and that's super cool to see. I wonder what they're gonna come out with together. But on their Instagram page, they like shared a photo of them in gear. I don't think it's new, but we'll see. I don't know. That's all I know. They looked great in it. We're done with the teas. Actually. Gotta make sure I get all of the drills. And not actually. The reason why I'm not tapping the drills towards the edge is because they're gonna fall out of the tray if I do that. So it's just apparently easier for me to just take my finger and drag them. Get in there. There you go. Let's do the triangles next. I finally watched Moana the other day. Moana 2, not the first one. I've seen the first one already. And I was a little hesitant since it's still in theaters, and if you go to rent it, it's like the cost of a movie ticket. So I was a little worried that I wouldn't like it. Story wise, I really like the story. The music, they did not bring back Lin-Man Miranda. Yeah. So which was a little disappointing, but the music was cool. It was okay. The story was really good. I enjoyed most of the characters. It was a good time. So if has anybody seen it yet or wants to, I would recommend it. You should see it at least once. Simply because of the story. I'm a big Disney fan. I've been watching Disney movies since I was a kid, as I feel like is the case for a lot of people. But yeah, seeing Moana 2 was really nice. I'm excited to see the next Captain America. It's been a minute since we've seen a Marvel movie. I really liked Agatha all along, but I feel like overall their shows haven't really been hitting. But I'm very much looking forward to the new Captain America about to come out. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh no, we dropped one. We dropped a drill. I was playing Cult of the Lamb yesterday, and I've been on a break with Cult of the Lamb because I got the game on Switch. And once your cult gets big enough, it starts making the game glitch, and it makes me sad. But I'm very determined to finish this game, and I'm now on the last like boss level. So that's all cool. Ugh, didn't pick up the drill. But it was like every time it took longer. The loading screens took longer, and anytime like it would swap from like it would swap from day to night, it would freak out. And it makes me sad. The worst part is if I'm trying to move anything on my in my cult, I've just given up. I've given up trying to move things around after the last time I did it because the game actually crashed on me. Luckily, it had saved just a few moments prior, but that made me mad. Like that dang near deserved a crash out. I think we're gonna work on the K's next. That's another game I think is 100% a cozy game. And I don't care who says otherwise. If you say otherwise, it is a cozy game. 100%. Cozy platforming. Actually, you know what? Me and my friend were having an argument about it last night. He thinks it's not a cozy game and that it's just a platformer, which I agree to an extent, but the added, like, it's not just once you get in the different rooms to fight. Like, yeah, I agree in that part that it's a platformer, but you're literally like building farms and making sure that everybody's enjoying themselves, and then you're going fishing. That is literally like a cozy game, please. So it's a cozy platformer. Mm-hmm. Already almost done with the caves. Still. And of course, it only picked up 2. I don't want to. I'll redo this one. Add some more putty. Uh-oh. We dropped some. There we go. Wanted to get all of it. Whoa. Almost messed up. And got stuff everywhere. The drill everywhere. I want to make sure I get all of it. And it's not working very well. Mm-hmm. There you go. Had to bring back out the X-Acto knife. Mm-hmm. Oh, why didn't you come out? Oh, I see. There you go. Are there any more caves, or are we done? I think we're done. Okay, what's everyone's favorite season? I personally like the transition seasons, spring and fall, mainly because of the it's not too hot, it's not too cold, and when it's like peak fall or peak spring, it's like the perfect day. The perfect day. I love it so much. I'm gonna do the crescents next. The yeah, I really love fall and I really love spring. I love fall outside of like their temperaments and like the weather itself. Just the activities that you can do in the spring and the fall are like very nice. And I guess it's really the timing of it all. Because after a really harsh winter and it starts getting warmer, you get to see the wildlife come back and um, have babies. Or like one of the metro parks I go to, I frequent. There's a family of swans next to this park, and it's really nice to be able to see the babies. I don't get too close, and that's whether I'm hiking or kayaking. I don't get close to them because they will attack. But getting to see them with their little babies is so cute. And plus, you get to see the flowers and stuff bloom. It's when gardening season hits off for some folks. And in the fall, you're really winding down from a really hot summer. And then, of course, there's Halloween. That's probably like my favorite holiday. Yeah, I think it is my favorite holiday. There's Halloween to look forward to. There's hay rides and um, haunted houses. I'm not like I'll go to a haunted house at least once, but no, I'm not a very good person to go to haunted houses with. Some people find it funny, but I don't think it's funny. I try my best once fall hits to go to like Cedar Point for their Halloween weekends because that's such a fun time, such a fun time. I haven't been able to go. When was the last time I went? Probably last season. Not not the one that just passed, but 2023. Yeah, I think I went in 2023. But now I like the last couple of years on the Halloween weekends I would go to, it would rain. So I'll still go. I just need like a poncho. But I will also get a fast pass cuz I'm not waiting in the rain. That's the biggest thing. I'm not waiting in the rain. So that would be fun. That would make it all the more fun. But I guess in that case, I'm mostly there for the rides. I'll like go through the haunted zones and stuff, and you might get one haunted house out of me, one. But I get too scared, and I'm always vocal about it, which is part of the fun, I guess. But nerve wracking. What about y'all? Do y'all like haunted houses? And if so, like what's your favorite one? Like the concept of haunted houses are fun, but there was like for me there was this one time growing up our neighborhood has like a yearly um haunted house thing that they would do. They would take like um they'd have like they would put it in between like the mailbox room and like the pool. And my sister and I went in there, and I'm a big scaredy cat. My sister loves haunted houses, so she would really drag me kind of to them. And there was this one time we were going, and you can tell them levels of how scary you would want it to be. And we had it together like, hey, we don't want it to be like for babies, but like we don't want it to be like super scary. That is what we agreed on. But when we got in there, they kind of, you got to go in the room a little bit first. My sister told them, shouted, to do the most extreme level. And before I could protest, she booked it. She booked it on me. She left me behind, and I had to go through the haunted house on extreme by myself. Scared the mess out of me. Mind you, this wasn't my older sister. This was my younger sister. I wanted to fight her. She thought it was so funny. Hilarious. I did not. So now I have like mini panic attacks in the haunted houses. Not terribly to the point where I need to be left behind, but I will cling to you. I will cling to you. Ooh, you know another aspect about fall that I didn't even talk about? Those bloody apple cider donuts. Oh my gosh. Incredible. Delicious. Love it. Those are bloody amazing. Every fall we get some. Not even from like, and I'm not talking about from the grocery store. You have to get it like from an orchard. You have to get them from an orchard. Those are the best. The absolute best. But even like the more extreme seasons, like summer and winter, they have their own things going on, you know? Like there's ice skating. I like ice skating. Although in the winter, because I don't like ice skating's fun and all, but it's a bit too cold for me. I will quit very easily. Um, I'll be out there like max at half hour, and then I'm like, okay, can we get some hot chocolate and go home? But I'll rollerblade. I'll rollerblade in the winter. I did last year, and I will probably do it again this year. So that was growing up in my family. It was our form of family entertainment was either going to the movies, going bowling, or rollerblade. The roller rink was where you had your birthday parties always. In primary school, if you were coming of age, just know that you were going skating. It's like dang near a requirement. I'm totally ignoring the top and bottom, like I said, that I did. Trying to make a little more room. Cool. And then in the summer, obviously, you can do pretty much almost everything that you can in the spring, except that's when you can, in the summer, you can go like to the beach and that's where like the real cool camping starts. Like you can camp in the spring and it's fine, but camping in the summer is like a whole nother league. When I was we were last year when we were winding down, I took one more camping trip and I need to really upgrade my setup because I saw the like campsite next to me. They brought a projector and a sheet, a bed sheet, and watched a game. And I'm like, I'm jealous. Meanwhile, I really just wanted to focus on doing activities like bike riding. I bike rode a lot and reading. So I was just pretty much stuck to my hammock, like either sit in my hammock or I was riding my bike. And I had like my speaker with me, which was really nice. But once that nighttime hit, there was like all I could really do. My I didn't um like plan that far ahead, like things to do and stay outside of my tent while it's dark. But they had that part planned out. You know, they had their little campfire going on. They had the game going on the projector. I'm like, okay, I know what to do next time. Yeah, took notes. One of them brought their cat, and that was so funny because like he was one. The cat was cute. The cat was on a leash, and at one point he kind of like got close to my campsite. I didn't want to go over because like they were in the middle of the game, and plus it was dark. I don't want to be scaring them, but it was really fun. It was fun that they had fun and cool that they had a cat with them to go camping, and that the cat was just like, well, this is normal. This is normal. That was the cat's normal, and I love that. I hope one day when I get a dog, that the dog will be camping and the dog will be hiking with me. Hello. That is like my dream activity to do with my next dog. Maybe then I can actually follow through on my plan. Well, not when I get a dog, but next season in the summer. The plan was to start a series on socials to showcase the metro parks, showcase our beautiful, beautiful metro parks. But I kept chickening out. I'm gonna try something. Okay, not the best, but we're getting something. We're almost done with this row. I thought we would be able to get to the next row, but it looks like that's not going to be the case. But again, this isn't a race. We're just trying to enjoy each other's company while making this beautiful art piece and putting it together. I don't appreciate. Oh, jeez. Now hold up. There's no promos, sir, on this. Nope. Just deal with that. We don't do self promos here. You can if you want to, but that's gonna get you banned. I'm gonna be honest. This one's not really lined up, so I'm trying to move it a bit without having to use the tool. almost done. Just a few more colors. Oh my gosh. There's like a random R. Okay. Okay. Ah! See. I don't really like tapping because then it gets everywhere. But I'm getting better at it. We're almost like halfway done with this piece. Okay, hopefully I picked them all up because I don't want them all over the room. Looks like it. Okay. I'm just gonna, instead of pulling out a bunch, I'm just gonna try and get one. Oh, one got loose anyway. To take out, because there you go. We only have 2 more colors left. Okay. Oh, open. Uh-oh. That's what I get for tapping. Almost got them all. Come on. There we go. One more color, you guys. Oh, didn't even pick up anything. Perfection! Another row done. I'm gonna shape it up a little bit. But yay, we're getting closer and closer. This is probably like my favorite part about the diamond painting. Seeing how far you've gotten after a period of time. Okay, just gonna clean it up a bit. Make sure that they're aligned. And then we're gonna smush it down with our tray, and that helps lock it in. The drills with the glue. Nitpicking with some stuff I see. But you can't even really tell if you're going, like if you're making them out of alignment until they're like already a couple of them next to each other. Until you're starting to see like the big picture. Is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. Cool. Let me get this one up. Yay! Well, I guess that's it for now. We'll continue this again next week. I appreciate everyone who came and for participating in the chat. Definitely follow me if you're not following me yet. You can also find me on YouTube, which I'm streaming from here. Hello, YouTube. Instagram. I'm on TikTok, but I honestly haven't put any clips on there yet, so that comes soon. That's coming soon. I think that's it. Follow me on those platforms. You can also find it on my channel page. And I'll see you guys next time when we continue. Oh my gosh, I'm looking at this from the camera angle, and it looks so nice. It's coming to get together so well. But yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next Sunday. If you guys are into cozy not so cozy games, feel free to join me on Thursday, where we continue Supermarket Simulator. And that's it. Bye guys.